Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. So my name is Ellyia Amiza Natasha, Binti Rahim from IMR533 ELEK D. So first of all, I would like to thanks to my lecturer, Dr. Abdul Rahman bin Ahmad, for his guidance, encouragement and support through this course. So for this video presentation, I will be explaining the overall summary of my report using a mapping image that I include, which help to visualize the connected all the main idea discussed in the article. So the article I review is titled Law and Ethics in the Use of Information Technology, a study on privacy and data security. Okay, so this mapping image gives a big picture overview of my entire report. So instead of focusing on the long explanation, this image helps us to see how each topic is connected to the others. So the main idea highlighted here is that as information technology continue to develop, issues related to the privacy and data security become more serious, and therefore both law and ethics play an important role in controlling how information is used. Okay, let's move on to the first section, which focus on the key principle of information law and ethics. This principle acts as the foundation for responsible data handling. Okay, so first is the information privacy, which means individuals should have the right to control their own personal information. When privacy is respected, users feel more secure and confident when using digital platform. And next is lawfulness, fairness, and transparency. So this principle encourage organizations to be more honest about why they collect data and how the data will be used, and clear communication help to prevent misuse and misunderstanding. And the mapping also highlight data minimization, where organizations should only collect data that is necessary. This action is to reduce the risk of data leakage and show ethical responsibility. And lastly, we have integrity, confidentiality, and accountability. To remind organizations that protecting data is not only legal duty but also a moral responsibility. The next part of the mapping explains the legal framework that support this principle. So the Personal Data Protection Law or PDP law is shown as the main legal protection for personal data in Indonesia. It gives individuals more control over their data, such as the right to access, correct, or delete their information. And next, the mapping also compare the PDP law with the GDPR, which is widely recognized as the international standard. So while the PDP law followed similar principle, the mapping highlight that the weak enforcement limit its effectiveness. This shows that having law alone is not enough without a proper monitoring and strict implementation. Okay, so another important section of the mapping focus on the real data leakage cases. For example, such as Tokopedia, BPJS Kesihatan, and KPU are included to show how serious and widespread data breaches can be. These cases prove that both private and public organizations are vulnerable to data security failure. The mapping also highlight law enforcement issue where unclear penalty and weak action reduce accountability. This encourage organizations to take data protection less seriously. The mapping image also includes several ethical concerns related to the modern technology. One ethical issue is that commercial use of personal data, especially when users are not fully aware of how their data is being used for advertising purpose. Another concern is digital surveillance, where technology intended to improve safety may also interfere with personal freedom if it's not properly regulated. And lastly, the mapping highlight ethical challenges related to the artificial intelligence, such as bias and lack of transparency, which show that ethical consideration must keep up with technological development. To conclude, this mapping image clearly shows that protecting personal data in the digital era requires a balance between law, ethics, and responsibility. effective enforcement, and ethical awareness are essential to ensure that information technology is used in a safe and respectful manner. Overall, the mapping image successfully summarized my report and helped to present the key idea in a clear and structured way. That's all for my explanation. Thank you very much for your time and attention. Assalamualaikum and thank you.